Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand, a latest Manchester United update for you this afternoon involving Pochettino and an ultimatum to Manchester United that time waits for no man, even if it's Man United. So what's the latest? So, I mean, look, I think the interesting thing to look at here is that Manchester United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I know some of you want him to be moved on, but this is not actually a close thing. And you may have seen last night Rio Ferdinand with BT, I think it was, saying that he spoke to a very, very good source and they've rubbished these claims that Manchester United have spoken to Pochettino. Well, look, I'm not going to agree with Rio on that, to be honest with you. He may have a very, very good source, but let me paint a picture for you. And it's painting a picture by numbers. It's very, very simple. On Thursday, rightly or wrongly, United allow a source to put information out that they've approached Pochettino. On Saturday, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wins a game. On Sunday, Manchester United are in a difficult position because if they're looking at Pochettino, they cannot sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after he beat Everton. So they need to remedy this. And to remedy this, you can start putting out other stories that you're not talking to Pochettino. But let me just say, there's no smoke without fire. And Manchester United were in a very similar situation in January, where Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was on the edge. He was on the edge of being sacked. After that Burnley game, it didn't look good. And there were strong rumours that Manchester United had spoken to Pochettino then. And again, we had it last week. And these sources, look, Rio might have a really good source, whatever. I think that there is very good information on more than one occasion that Manchester United have spoken to Pochettino. And the reality is, there are question marks over Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and Mauricio Pochettino is a very good coach, and he's available. And whether you're Ole in or Ole out, or Poch in or Poch no, the reality is this is a situation that could very easily move very quickly and end up with Pochettino being Manchester United manager. But more important than anything is the ultimatum that Pochettino is rumoured to be giving to Manchester United, which is that I am free, I am alive, and I want to be a manager, and I'm not going to wait around for you. And the change and landscape is changing a lot in Europe. And Real Madrid are getting itchy feet with Zidane. They got smashed at the weekend, I think. And obviously PSG are in a very tentative situation. This situation can change very, very quickly. Real Madrid, as I've said before, Real Madrid and Barcelona, they move quickly. They don't mess around. They'll move quickly. PSG as well, they don't mess around. Both those two clubs or one of those clubs in the next month could be changing their manager. And if they change their manager, what better manager to go for than Pochettino, who is available and free and have a good pedigree and could do a job. And to be honest with you, unlike Manchester United, where we are a club that prides ourselves on history, morals, and, you know, we think things through, we agonise over things. Should Ole go? Should Mourinho go? Is this, you know... Other clubs don't have that. They are very quick. Well, you know, from Real Madrid's point of view, didn't they get that Spanish coach and they had him for about 3 weeks and then they get rid of him? Like, he gives up being the Spanish job manager to come to Real Madrid. He couldn't manage them in the World Cup, could he? And then he's literally at Real Madrid for a few weeks. So Real Madrid will sack a manager, bring Pochettino in, and they'll want it to work, but if it doesn't work, they'll just sack him as well. They won't agonise about it. They don't mess about. They don't snooze. And they won't lose if they want Pochettino. They'll get rid of Zidane and they'll bring him in. PSG as well. So there is an ultimatum there from Pochettino. And it's a very difficult one for Manchester United to deal with because, I'll be honest with you, I'm not convinced on Pochettino anyway. I'm not saying I'm not convinced on Ole. I'm not, you know, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not convinced on Ole either. And I think anybody who is guessing. I'm not convinced that Ole's the right man for Manchester United, but I'm certainly not convinced that it's the right time to sack him, and I'm not convinced that Pochettino's the man. But if you are convinced by that, then what would you do? What would you do if Pochettino says, look, there's a very high likelihood that PSG are going to offer me a job in the next few weeks, and if you don't offer me the Manchester United job, I'm going to take it. What are you supposed to do? What are Manchester United supposed to do? Would you sack Ole when he's got fixtures over the next month or so that he's probably going to win more than he loses? There might be a couple of bad results, but is it enough to sack him? Will Pochettino wait? Why would you wait? You know, sometimes in life, you don't get what you want. You know, the girl, the boy, you know, they go and marry somebody else. What are you going to do? Hope they get divorced and wait for them? Or are you going to go on off and live your own life? And I think Pochettino could find himself in that position very, very soon. And as I've said many a times, Manchester United and Pochettino could be those two ships that pass in the night and they never dock. They never dock in the same harbour. So it's interesting this. I think it was inevitable, this. And I think last week made a scenario which I'm still not happy with. I do not agree with the club, how they treated Ollie and how they treated the fans last week. That should never have been leaked out. And whoever leaked whether it was from the top or whether it was a leak inside Poch, it's caused a lot of those issues for Ollie, who are loyal to Ollie. But this is coming. This is coming. There is a scenario whereby we come back from the international break, we have bad results, we sack Ollie and we get Pochettino in. But I feel that over the next few weeks, we are going to come to a head where Manchester United will have to not get Pochettino because he will get offered a job. There is no way in my mind that a big job's not going to come up for Pochettino before Christmas. Somebody always gets sacked, whether it's Barcelona coach, Real Madrid coach, PSG coach, or maybe even a top club in England or Italy. There will be a job, or Germany. There will be a job that comes up where they offer it to Pochettino, and if he's sat there, watching the best of Spurs from 2 years ago, waiting for a job, then he's going to have to take it, because it's all right saying, well, let's wait for Manchester United, but that train may never come. It may never come. And here's a train to come on, and we've got first-class seats for you, Poch, and a lovely lamb lunch. He's going to have to take it. I don't know whether he's vegetarian. He might not want that. He might just want a nut roast, but he's going to have to take it. So look, I don't want to add to the stress of the situation. As I said, I think I said it on Sunday morning, I think we're in a good situation in the immediate future, because if we do lose games, we know we've got Pochettino. And if we do win games, we're winning games. And I think for me as a United fan, that's a good thing. But that won't continue forever. At some point, if Ollie keeps getting the results and a job comes up for Pochettino, he's going to go. And I think when that happens, and if these conversations have taken place, which I think they have, when he gets offered a PSG or Real Madrid job, he's going to be picking up the phone to United and saying, this is the job I want your job, but if you're not giving it to me, I'm going to Real Madrid. And Manchester United have then got a decision, because if this happens at the start of December, say we beat West Brom, we beat Istanbul, we draw with Leipzig, we draw with West Ham, and then PSG lose to Leipzig, and they've already lost to Leipzig, and they're going to go into the Europa League. Then, what I'm trying to say is, when we play PSG, after that game, if we win it, they win Poch, potentially. Because if we knock PSG out of the Champions League into the Europa League, Tuchel is gone. So that PSG Man United game, maybe some of you figured it out, maybe you haven't, but we are going to be the masters of our own destiny, and that's exactly how it should be. But if we knock PSG out of the Champions League into the Europa League, PSG will sack Tuchel and they'll go for Poch, and Manchester United will obviously keep Ollie. So it's brewing. But I imagine Pochettino, if he's had these conversations with United, will say, I've been offered this job, I'm going to take it unless you give me this, because I want this job, I want the United job, but if you're not giving it me, I'm off. The worst case scenario is he goes to PSG, we keep Ollie, we get beat by Man City in mid-December, we drop some more points, we go, oh dear, and there's no one else there. It's a difficult one, but I tell you what, it's an exciting one, and we're going to see how it is. And I expect that these rumours of an ultimatum, not quite yet. Where's the job on the table for Poch? He hasn't got a job at the moment, but it's like buses. No buses at the moment for Poch, and you can guarantee 2 or 3 will come at the same time. And United need to if Manchester United want him, if it doesn't work with Ollie, they're going to have to monitor the situation, because what you don't want is Ollie to have another collapse, and we need to sack Ollie, and then Poch has gone, and then we're like, right, what are we going for? I mean, that might work quite well. You might look at Nagelsmann in a year's time. You might look at the Ajax manager, but they won't be coming until the summer. So I personally think United will be trying to wait till the summer anyway, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. But there you go. But I certainly don't agree with Rio Ferdinand that a great source has told him that we've not been talking with Pochettino, because I think we've spoken to Pochettino more than once, and that's not even from what I've been told. That's from what's out there from lots and lots of other people. And I think at the moment you're now getting people saying, no, we've not spoken to Poch. We've not spoken to Poch. Because it doesn't benefit Manchester United to say that they've spoken to Poch. Last week it did. Lost to Arsenal, lost to Istanbul, fans are unhappy. Oh, we're talking to Poch. Beat Everton, international break. Yeah, we don't want to be talking to Poch at the moment. It might backfire a bit. So public opinion has swayed. So for the moment, United will be, no, we're not talking to Poch. But we will see. We will see what happens with that. Just on another thing, actually, I saw something today that Manchester United, and I think I mentioned it last night, that Manchester United have put on hold talks to extend Mason Greenwood's contract. I think this is a load of shit. Sorry to swear, but I do. Like, he is a young talent at Manchester United, and we were looking to give him a contract based on his talent. There's a lot of things going on around Mason Greenwood at the moment, but we certainly shouldn't be putting it out there that we don't want to give him a new contract. We do not want to piss off and not support this player. So I firmly believe that United will be giving him a new contract, and that is the way to go. On top of that, Jesse Lingard has apparently parted ways with Mino Raiola. Now, he only joined up with Raiola around Christmas last year, I think it was, which very much thought, I and many of you thought, that means Lingard's going to go, because why do you get Mino Raiola as your agent? Lingard obviously didn't go. I don't know whether he wanted to go, but the fact that he teamed up with Mino Raiola suggested that he was looking to move. Maybe COVID summer, they couldn't sort of move out, and now it's like, well, I'm not going to go anywhere. The interesting thing is, Jesse Lingard's out of contract next summer. So Manchester United, you would expect now would be the time to be staying with Mino Raiola, because you're going to be out of contract very soon and there's a lot of things on offer. Apparently, he's got rid of Mino Raiola and he's going to use friends and family as an agent. I would suggest this means he's looking for a contract at Manchester United, and I would very much expect there's going to be a new contract at Manchester United. Now, what do you think about that? Do you think that's a good thing or not? Do you think Jesse Lingard has earned a new contract at Manchester United? There's no doubting he wants to stay at Manchester United, and there's no doubting that Jesse Lingard's a very likeable person to have around at Manchester United. But ultimately, is he good enough? And I think at the moment, the problem with Manchester United is we're trying to build a title-winning side. And I said this morning, McTominay and Fred, Lindelof, Maguire, they ain't going to win you a title. Now, is Jesse Lingard going to be part of a title-winning side? And I don't think so. You can only have so many bench players. And when are we going to start getting the Premier League title-winning players in? Where are we heading as a football club? I personally would like to see Lingard given a few more opportunities this season. I think if Mata and Dan James are given games, then so should Jesse. I thought he finished the season quite well last year. But we need more quality in that team as well. And I just worry that, are we going to see a summer next year where Lingard gets a new contract, where Mata stays on for another year, where we get, Matic has already been given a long contract? Are we now already seeing Manchester United starting to look at money-saving exercises? Let's keep what we've got, because although it might not be good enough, we're keeping the squad numbers up and we're not having to buy somebody new, which is something Manchester United have been very, very good at over the recent years, where they keep players at the club. Maybe should be moving on, because it's cheaper to keep them on a new contract than it is to buy players in. But Lingard must be given an opportunity this season, and I'm sure he will be. And I do think a good Jesse Lingard is a good bench player for Manchester United. It's whether we can get back to that. But I would expect him to be signing a new contract very soon. Anyway, get your comments in below. What do you think about the Pochettino thing? An ultimatum is certainly going to come very, very soon, I think, if Ollie keeps on getting the results and jobs become available for Pochettino. My inclination is that United will obviously stick with Solskjaer and Pochettino will end up managing elsewhere. How does that make you feel? Thanks everyone for watching. Smash a like on the video. We are back again at 8 o'clock as per usual. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll speak to you very soon. Thanks for watching.